On to round two. Got a little bit of a sketchy keep, but I'm going to rock it out anyway. We've got a morph. We can eventually get Murderous Cut, and we can easily get a Singing Bell Strike to buy us some time. And we are on the draw against Spizwink. Good luck, Spizwink. And we also have, of course, some fantastically powerful cards here. Worm the Eye, probably instant in the hand. Ash Cloud Phoenix, we might have to bite the bullet and just morph it down and make a trade or something. But my current goal is to do like Singing Bell Strike by time, Monastery Flock to morph and keep drawing some lands until we can get our really powerful stuff happening. Yeah, and in case you haven't seen some of my other draft videos, I tend to, in this format, keep the 2-landers, especially when I'm rocking 18 lands and in, like, of course, just about, I'm now eating my words, but to say, in a format that's really not super aggressive. And I'm totally being proved wrong here. Hey, love that draw. We happen to have, like, perfect mana right now, at least one of everything. Can't do the double red here, but that's okay. Singing Bell Strike is probably going to serve its function perfectly. I don't love putting it on the Monastery Swift, so actually I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll wait till something a little bit more relevant happens. I think I'm just going to play the Monastery Flock with blue on turn 3 just to get the biggest butt possible. It doesn't really block the Monastery Swift Spear too readily because any prowess triggers and it just goes away. So I'm not going to be able to like block and trade easily. Opponent's playing Jeskai and without a 3-drop, so that's fantastic. Still, just going to run out our Monastery Flock here. Oops. Remember, the name of my game is stay alive as long as possible. Love having my second red source, though. I can play that next turn and possibly do like the Singing Bell Strike on something more threatening. My opponent's got to hate that I have the Flying Crane technique, because I'm sure that would go really well on my opponent's Jeskai deck. I'm not bummed, though. Alright, opponent has nothing. We play our Rugged Highlands. I'm happy just to sit back and relax. Next turn, maybe play the Master instead of Ash Cloud Phoenix. I don't know. But again, I don't want to put the Singing Bell Strike on the Swift Spear. No need to. The longer this game goes, the better. I want the Murderous Cut back with the Warden. Ooh, Suspension Field taking out my Monastery Flock. Opponent gets to hit in for 2, but that's not the end of the world. This is so crazy how big these are. I want some amount of visibility here. Depending on what my opponent plays, I might just master away this Swift Spear. It draws me a card. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do 6 damage, though, to the Swift Spear. It seems kind of like a waste. But then if my opponent's paying 6 to hit me for 1, I'm kind of okay with that, too. So in that case, I'll keep my Master for a little while. And we'll just play the Ash Cloud Phoenix. Oops. I was going to remember to do this first. And bada bing, bada boom. My opponent's got to be groaning a wee bit. First legitimate spell I play is pretty hard to deal with. I'm still happy just to take 2 a turn or whatever. Opponent has a Bring Low. That's fine. I'll get my guy back. As needed. Use my opponent's entire turn. Didn't really lose a lot. I have 5 mana now. May I just use the Murderous Cut? Just cuz. I think I'm just going to use the Singing Bell Strike. I have plenty of removal for anything else happening, and I do want to stem the bleeding in one way or another. And my opponent pays 6 to, again, do 1 damage to me. I'm okay with that. I gotta start attacking for 2 now. Haha! Okay. Again, my opponent can tap, but it really, I mean, it's 1 point of damage. I don't care. Jungle Hollow. Keep gaining some life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm just going to unflip my Phoenix, keep up the Murderous Cut. My opponent can untap and block. That doesn't really matter to me. Yep. Playing the control game. Probably going to Murderous Cut anything my opponent plays next. Because the Warden of the Eye, I do want to progress my board. Match the Way is not doing a whole lot, though. Might want to wait and use that. Now that I'm starting to like make it less powerful, I could just smack it to my opponent's face, cycle it, and do 4 damage or something. My opponent only has played 2 cards this game. Gonna untap the Phoenix. My opponent could kill it in response, so it takes a removal spell out of hand. Meh. I'll take my 1 damage. I'm going to be doing 4 next turn. Warname Aspirant. I don't think I care, but again, I just want to get some value online. I'm going to do a Master of the Way next turn on it, and then attack in for 4. Pay 4, okay. 1, 2, actually, it's actually 6. I should pay more attention to that. Kill this guy. Hey, an Sultai Soothsayer. How's about it? Alright, I will attack for 4. Cool with that. An arrow? Do you have an arrow? Oh, Smite the Monstrous. Okay. So my opponent might be trying to do some sort of tempo-y thing. I think it's just Desperate staying alive, which is a little early for that. You want to... Maybe my opponent does have another removal spell here. No, Jeskai Student. Can't untap. I don't think that Smite the Monstrous was particularly useful there. Alright, what do I want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus only 2. I think we just do the Sultai Soothsayer. No, let's get another flyer online. I'm cool with that. I want to keep my Delve alive. Oh, I should have kept Black. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't have enough for it. Passing the turn because of the time with an F6. My opponent has a chance to respond. Removal spell? Oh no, just untapping. That's smart. Should do that for sure. Opponent's attacking it with both. I guess I don't care that much if my opponent does something. You know, pays a bunch of life. Nah. Let's go here. Opponent has to use 2 things to make it go down. Could easily do that. But if my opponent just keeps wasting cards, like, I'm cool. Late game's favoring me. Ooh, a Ride Down. Ouch. Okay, that was bad. Got a little cocky there. A little cocky. I think I don't ever not have Murderous Cut open now. I think that's the name of this game. Flip it. Flip my Ashclaw Phoenix. Now hold on, I have 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 mana plus the Murderous Cut available. So Sultai Soothsayer, right? Yes. Green. Black, blue. 1, 2. This also enables the Murderous Cut a little bit nicer. A nice blocker online. Oh wow. I guess we'll take the Debilitating Injury because I don't really need the mana. And pass the turn. Oh, no, wait. I want to attack. Could be the arrow. Could definitely have an arrow. Nope. I keep calling it an arrow. I don't remember what that card called. For some reason, I can't remember any of the cards in the set's name, which is not normally a problem for me. Cool beans. Double debilitating injury. Well, how do you like that? I'll attack with a Phoenix. Opponent wants to block, I'll flip it. Can't do that too many times, but shouldn't be the end of the world. I think now I just keep progressing the board out, put the Mantis out, have a different flyer. That's fine by me. Ooh, Arc Lightning, 2 and 1, attack in for 4. I like it a lot. Choose 1 target. Choose 2 targets. No, I don't care about the 1 point of damage. Yeah, that's it. Come on, I care about time a lot right now. 1, 2, 3. This is in case my opponent has like a spell that triggers prowess. There we go. Play our Mantis. Oops, wanted to keep black open, although there's no real flash creature in the format, so I think we're okay. I can't really respond. I should have kept more mana available. I should F6 though, just for time's sake. I haven't played this particularly tight. Haven't necessarily needed to, but still, definitely a consideration. Sure, let's attack him with everything again. We're on equal footing in terms of life. I'm not in danger of going down anymore. I'll only flip the Ash Cloud Phoenix my opponent blocks and does some sort of crazy trick with prowess. Just prevent another lethal threat. While keeping up our murderous cut. I'm 3 minutes behind on time, which is concerning. We got there. But if I lose the next game, then I have to be very worried about my time. Still like the Singing Bell Strike. My opponent's going a little bit aggressive, so I want to keep it. I don't know if I want to bring in the second Singing Bell Strike, though. Got a lot of our 3-drops. Dead drop should still be good. Is there anything bad against my opponent? Flying Grenade can win us out of nowhere. I like our removal spells. Mastodon I actually enjoy quite a bit. And the Shambling Tendons as another delve I don't enjoy, since it's so hard for me. I have too much delve already going on, so I'm not going to bring in the Singing Bell Strike. Can keep it the same way. And play quicker. Time is of the essence, friendo. Definitely playing first, and I have a not keep, sadly. We gotta mulligan this guy. Only 1 land. It's powerful, that's it. We are keeping this. We have a morph, and then eventually stuff to stay alive. Yay! We can kill my opponent's first play as well, so that'll be nice. Again, staying alive, staying alive. See, there's a 2-drop here. Ooh, can't kill our opponent's first play. Which we kind of knew was a thing. Easily F16 just for time's sake. Yeah, my opponent's be using up spells to be getting a lot of damage, and I'm not in a lot of pressure from the student. So that's fine. My opponent has nothing. We're going to go ahead and use the same theory as before, where we just want to get this guy cast for maximum defensive pressure, since we can't trade favorably with the student, which would be the other option. Just trade for days. Trading for days. Probably still just going to be morphing this guy next turn, but if for some reason that's not the case, that's fine. Ooh. So this can be a drawn-out game. You're taking my debilitating injury, friend. No ifs, ands, or buts there. Gonna F6 for time, even though I have a mana up. There's nothing super relevant in this format for that. And my opponent's attacking. Do you have a ride down? I'll block. Go for it. Use your pre-removal spell on my Monastery Flock. At this point, I get a land or something online. I get at least my Mantis. Yeah, there's the ride down. Yay. That is a-okay with me, friendo. And then we'll just go ahead and rock this guy out. Just looking to draw another land. Then we got our Mastodon online. Then we'll start getting things like the Scavenger to rock out. Oh, I probably should have played that last turn. Yeah, that's okay. My opponent's using removal spells, killing things, getting a couple points in, but we still have a lot of power coming out. We'll play the Scavenger next turn. Possibly just the Rotting Mastodon. Ooh, Arc Lightning. That will be good. I'd rather wait for a 2-for-1, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll get rid of everything that's not a spell in case we draw the guy that can get us back the debilitating injury. Opponent has 3 cards in hand to our 4, which is nice. Mardu Warshrieker with Outraid. That's also nice. Still don't want to use the Arc Lightning. We got enough blocks here. We'll play the Mastodon and attack him with our Flyer. Start trying to even up this race. And then next land we get gets us a whole lot of value. Anyway, worst comes to worst, we can always morph down one of these guys. It's just, we have plays without using them as morphs, so we're fine. Alright, what delve do you have? We haven't seen a delve from you yet. Treasure Cruise, that's a bummer. So now my opponent has a full grip. Still only at 4 cards though, and I still have 3 as well. And I feel like my cards are on the scale more powerful. Oop, here goes the Rotting Mastodon. Alrighty, we need to draw a land in order to get another big butt on the table. Now we're taking 6. Ouch! Down to 9. Alright, so we're back on defense with Scavenger. Ooh, I like having the Bloodfire Mentor. It's one of the best blockers too. Yeah, let's just rock that guy out. Passy the turn A. Keep the Scavenger to block the Scout. Bloodfire Mentor and the Warrior. Again, tricks could happen. That's going to go down. I think I'd be mostly worried about the Swift Strike. Or no, it's not the Swift Kick. Oh, my opponent has it. Okay. If that's the case, well, I don't think I can afford not to block right now. I still have like removal spells and more beef coming down, so I want to be making trades. Just staying alive now that I'm at low life total. I don't want to get arrow stormed out. Trumpet Blast. Ooh, okay. 2-for-1 there, but I don't get any damage done to me. And if my opponent eventually starts losing spells, this Arc Lightning and other beef might get there. Ooh. What do I want? I think I have to Arc Lightning the Leaping Master, just because the flying is what's going to get me here pretty soon. So, what do I do? I'm trying to decide if I want to play a Morph creature, but I think I just Arc Lightning and do 2 to my opponent. Which is not fantastic, but going up to 10 is fine. I'm still only taking 4, maybe 5 or 6 next turn, and then I do have somewhat decent blocks. This is just not like the best use of Arc Lightning in the history of the world. But I got the Flyer off the table, and then hopefully our Glacial Stalker will stabilize us. Don't have a way to win the game yet, but should get a way to win the game at some point. What else does my opponent have here? Keep drawing gas. Ooh, Hurling Outburst. That's scary. At least the Trumpet Blast was already used for my opponent, but being this low in life makes this guy pretty scary, because now I am going to go down 5, and there's a bunch of creatures on the opposite side of the table. I'm really worried about time, though, more than anything. This game just goes away, and right now it's just my opponent, my computer is just lagging. Can't block. Clicking OK. Are you kidding me? And another morph. Ooh, lots of pressure. What do I have that can be of use here? Not a whole lot. Nope. Pretty much dead. Could just concede, but I feel like I still have enough time to kind of get the win in. One day. All right. I feel like I should have had that game. There was that one attack that I made with the Sultai Scavenger, which my opponent played the Suspension Field on, and I did stumble a little bit on mana. But I still think that attack was correct at the given time. But I wasn't on the aggression. I guess I need to remember that, like, my deck is never, like, the 3 points would never have mattered. I just need a board state. So, there you go. My opponent's not that aggressive. Do I want to play first? No, I don't. I like this. 1, 2, 3. Problem is there's no 3-drop here. But I'm going to keep, because once we get to 5, we're in stabilization mode. I'm keeping. Pretty rare. Not necessarily great. I gain 2 life. My opponent's like has some early drops, but nothing super aggressive. And I happen to have drawn like one of the best draws on my 2-drop slot for my opponent. Against my opponent, I should say. Opponent doesn't have anything, which is great. We just get to keep developing our mana base and gaining life. Either get to play a morph if you draw next turn, or kill what my opponent plays. Could just be another 1/3. Nope, it's a morph, which we're going to instantly debilitate an injury. Again, just to stay alive. And having white mana is fantastic here. I'd love to draw a morph next turn. Or the flock even, just to stay alive. That's cool. My opponent does have a lot of nice removal in this guy deck, I must say that. Something scary? No. Lots of white. But all we have is 5 mana for the Sultai Scavenger, so we're passing the turn. Want to just get a bunch of beef down and then win with the Flying Crane technique. AA. Taking 3. We're back down to 20. No problemo. Warname Aspirant. We love an untapped mana. Okay, now there's a bit of pressure for my opponent. Untapped mana or something I can cast. Ooh, good value. We'll take out the Aspirant and the Warrior, while also playing a land. Just want to be stabilizing a little bit. We'll get our Rotting Mastodon online next turn, followed by a Sultai Soothsayer as well. Scavenger after that, so we had a lot of stabilizing plays to be had. Still just worried about the life situation. And a Mantis. Could keep getting some life here though, that's nice. Let's see if my opponent has one of those primo removal spells of a Ride Down or Suspension Field, which does deal with this guy pretty fantastically. But we have another good follow-up to it. Opponent can still attack in for 2. I can still block. Ride Down? No. Alright. So we're getting there just fine. Still think we just want to get our big butt on the table here. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. in order to, and then we'll start getting some other action online. What do I want? We have all the manas in the world. This is all just a bunch of mana. I think I just want an extra life, right? At that point, that kind of sucks. I don't need those. I got my planes. Already played it. Passing the turn. We'll get to get the Sultai Scavenger online next turn. And our Mantis, and those will be the ways we start picking away our opponent's life total, set up our Flying Crane technique. Fantastic. I have 5 in the yard, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're actually going to play the Sultai Scavenger. No, not a dead drop. And then we'll just go ahead and cast our big boy here. Worried about time. We still have 10 minutes, but if this gets drawn out, that's not going to be good. Not attacking yet. We should be in a good position to attack with our flyers next turn. Oh, dude. If my opponent has the Wrath, which I haven't seen yet, that's going to be pretty bad. My opponent instead just had, which I didn't even see it, Bring Low for my flyer. Okay. Not a Wrath. That's okay. 10. Can do 18 with the Flying Crane technique right now. Not a bad deal. Another planes, still going to keep playing it. Could attack in with a Snowhorn Rider, but it just gets traded off for one of these guys, and I'd rather just keep all this beef for the air with the Flying Crane technique. If my opponent mostly taps out, I'll be in good shape. But at this point in the game, that may not happen. Question is, do I just go for it? Nice thing about Flying Crane technique is that the guys do untap. So 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let's go for it. We're not dead on the crackback anyway, so should be okay. Especially if these guys do untap. Does anything die? Nope. The free win with Flying Crane technique. Sweet. On to the finals.